Every time her husband slaps her across the face, the next day she'll make him a big breakfast without fail. Yet every time he finishes eating, he wants to strangle her. The neighbors hear the fighting and screaming but never get involved. Her mother furiously had this monster thrown in jail, but the woman bailed him right back out. She thought if she just got pregnant, her husband would stop beating her. So she poked holes in all the condoms, put on a pretty red dress, and waited for her husband to come home. But when she opened the door, the village chief was standing there instead. To avoid another awkward situation, she had to change back into her regular clothes. When her husband came home, he found those high heels. He thought his wife was cheating on him, so he started playing a little game with his wife. Even as his wife screamed in agony, her husband showed no mercy whatsoever, facing her husband's cruel treatment. Annie didn't even think about getting a divorce. Instead, the next day, she carefully prepared breakfast for her husband, and that shameless abuser acted like nothing ever happened. A few sweet words, and he had Annie fooled again. And Annie forgave this abusive man once more. She naively believed her husband would turn over a new leaf. Who knew that at dinner, her husband accidentally bit into something? Annie panicked, quickly reached her hand over, gesturing for her husband to spit it into her hand. But the man seemed to lose his patience. He grabbed Annie by the throat. The house filled with gut-wrenching screams again. Her mother urged her to divorce that animal as soon as possible, but Annie wouldn't listen. She fantasized that if only her husband could quit drinking, he definitely wouldn't beat her anymore. So she worked up the courage to buy some medication for alcohol addiction, carefully ground the pills into powder, and quietly sprinkled it into the food. But Annie never imagined this seemingly simple act would nearly cost her her life. On his way home, the pharmacy clerk told her husband about his wife buying the medication that day. Her husband stormed home in a rage. He took a big swig of liquor and forced his wife to eat the food from the pot. Under her husband's pressure, Annie had to admit she bought the medication just as expected. Annie endured yet another round of violent assault.